Chosen one, listen to me very carefully and do not skip. God just interrupted your algorithm because the spiritual warfare you have been fighting in secret is officially over. Your vindication is finally here. The person who tried to destroy your peace is about to witness your greatest elevation. Heaven has recorded every silent tear you cried when they thought you were completely broken. They smiled in your face while plotting your downfall behind closed doors. They thought they got away with it because you stayed quiet. You chose peace instead of revenge. And because you handed the battle to the divine, the universe is now stepping in to settle your debts. You do not need to lift a single finger to defend yourself anymore. The tables are turning right at this very moment. If you have been feeling an overwhelming sense of exhaustion lately, do not ignore it. You have been waking up randomly between 3 and 4 in the morning. Your body feels heavy and your mind is clouded with a strange fog. You might have even convinced yourself that you are just stressed or losing your mind, but you are absolutely not crazy. This is not a medical issue or normal fatigue. What you are experiencing right now is a massive spiritual extraction. The universe is physically pulling toxic attachments out of your energy field. It hurts because you loved these people with a pure heart. You gave them grace when they only deserved boundaries. You poured your high frequency into their bottomless pits of trauma, and they took every single drop without ever saying thank you. You are a genuine empath who absorbs the heavy energy of every room you enter. That is your superpower, but it is also the exact reason they targeted you. Energy vampires do not hunt weak people. They hunt the brightest lights because they cannot generate their own joy. They needed your light to survive their own darkness. So they latched onto you and drained you until you had nothing left to give. This pattern of betrayal is not new to you. You have been fighting these silent battles since you were a child. Your family might have labeled you the black sheep because you refused to conform to their toxic ways. But they were entirely wrong. You were never the problem. You were just the only one awake in a bloodline full of people who are completely comfortable sleeping in their own dysfunction. You are the generational cycle breaker. That title comes with an incredibly heavy price. The trauma stops with you, and that requires a massive amount of spiritual strength. You have carried the weight of unhealed ancestors on your shoulders for decades. It is completely okay to feel tired right now. You are exhausted because you are doing the spiritual heavy lifting for an entire family tree. Think about the isolation you have been forced into over the past few months. Friends suddenly stopped checking in on you. People you trusted walked away without any real explanation. You were left sitting alone in the dark, wondering what you did wrong. You replayed every conversation in your head, trying to find your mistake. But the truth is, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Heaven hid you. Your isolation was never a punishment. It was a strict divine protection protocol. The universe had to remove those people from your life because of what is coming next. If they had stayed in your inner circle, they would have tainted your upcoming blessing with their low-vibration envy. Heaven literally cleared the room so you could step into your new timeline without their heavy, dead weight dragging you down. But the people who hurt you recently took advantage of that exhaustion. They saw your open heart and saw a prime target for their manipulative games. They pushed you to your absolute breaking point and then called you crazy for reacting. They wanted you to doubt your own intuition. They needed you to feel small so they could finally feel big. But they made one catastrophic mistake in their plan. They forgot who you belonged to. They thought you were just a regular person with a big heart. They did not realize that attacking a chosen one triggers an automatic defense mechanism from the highest realms. I am going to tell you exactly how their karma is already playing out in the unseen world. But first, you need to understand the massive spiritual blind spot they completely failed to account for. That spiritual blind spot is something they could never comprehend. They looked at your kindness and mistook it for pure weakness. They assumed your forgiveness meant you were completely defenseless, but they do not understand the spiritual laws of this complicated universe. They thought they were just fighting a regular person, and they never realized they were stepping into a massive war against heaven itself. You need to stop blaming yourself right now. You keep looking back at the red flags and wondering how you missed them. You criticize yourself for letting them stay in your life for so long. But you did not invite this terrible abuse. You were manipulated by masters of deception who wore masks of false light, and they studied your empathy so they could weaponize it directly against you. Your pure soul naturally looks for the good in absolutely everyone. You project your own light onto people who have nothing but darkness inside. And that is exactly why you feel so incredibly hollow right now. They did not just break your trust. They executed a coordinated spiritual attack to siphon your life force because they wanted to steal the divine blessing that was meant for you. This was never just a toxic relationship. This is what we call spiritual warfare. The battles you face are rarely about the physical world. The spiritual realm always dictates the physical realm. What you are fighting right now is entirely unseen. These energy vampires are simply vessels for lower entities, and they are physical agents sent to disrupt your divine mission because your frequency threatens their very existence. Save this video right now so you do not lose this frequency when you need it most. You need to keep this truth anchored in your spirit. Whenever they try to make you feel crazy, you must return to this exact message. You are a truth seeker, and the truth is finally setting you free. Your spiritual armor is being rebuilt piece by piece, while heaven prepares to hand you the ultimate victory you deserve. Think about the heavy atmosphere they brought into your home. The moment they walked into the room, the air instantly shifted. You could feel their dense energy pressing down on your chest. You started getting random headaches and unexplained physical pain. That was your intuition screaming at you. Your spirit guides were desperately trying to warn you about their true intentions, but you were too exhausted to hear their divine whispers. But they were terrified that you would figure it out. They knew that if you truly understood your own power, their game would be over. So they kept you in a constant state of confusion and chaos. They started pointless arguments just to drain your emotional reserves. A tired, chosen one is a lot easier to control than a fully awakened warrior, and they needed you running on empty, so you would not fight back. You must understand that they never actually hated you. They hated the blinding light that you effortlessly carry. Your presence alone forced them to look at their own unhealed wounds and deep insecurities. You were a walking mirror reflecting their ugly truth back at them. And instead of doing the deep spiritual work to heal themselves, they decided to try and shatter the mirror completely. They mocked your spiritual practices and belittled your deep emotions. They called you too sensitive every time you reacted to their blatant disrespect. This is a classic tactic used by dark entities. They gaslight the chosen ones to make them question their own divine connection. If they can sever your connection to the universe, they can keep feeding off your energy forever. But God has finally intervened to stop their wicked plans. But their time is officially up. The universe has stepped in and slammed the door shut on their access to your soul. You are no longer their spiritual supply. The umbilical cord of toxic energy has been permanently cut. You are standing on the edge of a massive breakthrough. The heavy fog is finally lifting, and your spiritual vision is becoming crystal clear, while your enemies are left entirely in the dark. You survived the darkest trenches of spiritual warfare. You walked through the fire, and you did not let it turn your heart bitter. That is your ultimate victory. You kept your empathy intact when the entire world tried to make you cold. And because you passed this brutal spiritual test, you are being granted a new level of spiritual authority, and your divine upgrade is officially here. Your season of pain is over. Now the tables are turning in the most spectacular way. The universe is about to show them the true cost of messing with a child of the light. There is one specific thing the narcissist is terrified you will find out, and this secret changes absolutely everything. I am going to reveal exactly what they are hiding from you, but first you need to see how their false empire is already crumbling to the ground. The secret they are completely terrified of is your infinite potential. They knew that if you ever realized your true spiritual authority, you would instantly become untouchable. Your kindness is not a weakness, it is a spiritual weapon they are absolutely terrified of. They did not attack you because you were broken. They attacked you because you were incredibly whole. You carried a divine spark that they could never replicate. Narcissists do not target weak people. They target the brightest lights in the room. You must understand the basic laws of spiritual physics. Light naturally attracts those trapped in the dark. They gravitated toward you because your beautiful soul offered them a temporary relief from their miserable existence, and they desperately needed someone to carry their toxic baggage. They wanted to wear your beautiful energy like a costume, but they left you freezing in the cold. Think about how much of yourself you gave away. You poured your golden energy into a massive black hole. You compromised your own boundaries just to keep the peace, but there was never any real peace to begin with. It was always a covert war for your precious life force. They were systematically draining your high frequency while pretending to be your loyal friend, and they were literally stealing the divine blessings meant for your future lineage. You have every right to feel furious right now. That anger rising in your chest is completely holy and justified. It is your spirit finally waking up and saying, enough is enough. You have tolerated their disrespect for way too long. Do not let anyone tell you to just forgive and forget. You cannot compromise with demons who actively try to destroy your soul. Heaven does not expect you to sit at a table with people who are actively poisoning your food. You are a high-frequency soul placed in a low-frequency environment. The universe put you there to force them to look at their own toxic darkness. But instead of choosing to heal, they chose to attack the messenger. They thought they could dim your light permanently. They threw every manipulation tactic they had directly at your pure heart. But your spirit is forged in divine fire. It cannot be broken by petty earthly games. Your current exhaustion is actually a beautiful sign. It means the toxic cord has finally been cut. The spiritual surgery is completely finished. You are actively healing from a massive energetic theft. Your spiritual team is working overtime to patch the holes in your aura, because the damage they tried to inflict was designed to keep you permanently trapped in a cycle of despair. You do not have bad luck at all. You have a very high calling, and the enemy knows it perfectly well. That is exactly why the attacks on your life have always been so incredibly severe and relentless. They thought they were stripping you of your power, but they were actually stripping you of your naive illusions. They forced you to build an impenetrable spiritual boundary. They accidentally activated the warrior code inside your sacred DNA. You are no longer the sweet empath. You do not absorb the pain of the whole world anymore. You have evolved into a fierce, generational cycle breaker. You now repel demonic attacks before they even reach your front door. This brings us to the ultimate spiritual plot twist. When they attacked you, they broke a fundamental law of the universe. They messed with a genuinely protected bloodline. And heaven takes that as a direct act of war. God does not just watch his chosen ones suffer without planning a massive retaliation. The universe is about to balance the scales in a way that will leave them completely paralyzed with fear. Their false sense of security is about to be shattered into a million pieces. They walked around acting like they won the battle. They bragged to everyone about how they managed to push you down. But their celebration is entirely premature. A divine storm is brewing. There is a fatal spiritual blind spot they completely failed to calculate. They were so blinded by their own toxic ego that they missed the most important rule of the unseen realm. They dug a deep pit for you to fall into without ever looking up at the sky. Now the universe is making sure they fall straight into their own malicious trap. The energy they sent toward you is bouncing right back. I am going to reveal the exact spiritual trap they just walked into. This is the moment everything finally makes sense. But before I expose how the universe is executing their punishment, you must understand your new position. You are no longer the victim in this story. You are the victorious survivor standing on the mountaintop. The universe has officially stepped into the divine ring. They really thought they were just fighting you. They never realized they were picking a fight with the Creator. This is their massive and fatal spiritual blind spot. When they attacked you, they literally attacked heaven itself, and heaven does not take lightly to anyone who actively tries to destroy its chosen ones. They completely underestimated the powerful forces protecting your pure soul. They walked away thinking they had completely won. They smiled and celebrated your painful and temporary downfall. They bragged about how easily they manipulated your kind heart, but they were celebrating their victory inside a burning house. The universe was just quietly watching them dig their own grave, while they foolishly believed they were actually building a beautiful new empire. God let them expose their true malicious nature, so their heavy punishment would be entirely justified. You thought they were getting away with their terrible lies. You watched them succeed and felt a deep sting of unfairness. But what you saw was just a very clever illusion. The universe was simply gathering crucial evidence against them. Every single tear you cried was collected as undeniable proof, because heaven was building a massive case against them while you were busy trying to heal your broken spirit. The scales of divine justice are finally tipping in your favor. And now the heavy divine gavel has finally dropped. The ultimate verdict is absolutely devastating for their toxic souls. The very first thing the universe did was strip away their spiritual protection. They are now standing completely naked in the unseen realm. The dark entities that protected their empire have completely abandoned them, and they are now exposed to the brutal elements of their own accumulated karma. They have absolutely no defense against the incoming divine storm. You might not see the physical destruction just yet, but in the unseen world their foundation is violently crumbling. They are starting to lose their firm grip on reality. The people they used to manipulate are suddenly waking up. Their dark spells are losing their terrible power and bouncing right back, while everything they touch right now is slowly turning to dust before their very eyes. Their fake and manufactured luck has entirely run out today. The resources they stole from you are draining rapidly away. The fake friends they gathered are permanently turning their backs. They are experiencing a profound and terrifying spiritual drought. They wake up in the middle of the night, drenched in cold sweat, because they can finally feel a heavy, dark presence standing right in the corner of their room. They know exactly what they did to you, in secret. The heavy guilt is finally starting to eat them alive. They thought they could just move on to a new victim. They tried to run the exact same script on someone else, but the universe permanently blocked their dark and twisted magic. They are failing miserably at every single thing they try to accomplish. Their energy field is completely polluted with their own toxic waste, and they are choking on the very same poison they tried to force down your throat. The universe is forcing them to drink from their own cup. This is the absolute divine justice you have been waiting for. You never needed to seek revenge or lower your vibration. You just needed to stay pure and keep your distance. You kept your hands clean and let God handle the messy work, while heaven executed a flawless master plan to bring them down. The trap they set for you has become their permanent spiritual prison. They are permanently locked inside their own miserable minds. Comment justice if you can feel the shift happening right now. You need to claim this powerful energy and seal your victory. The universe wants you to know that the scales are officially balanced, and you are no longer carrying their heavy karmic debt on your tired shoulders. The heavy burden has been violently returned to the original sender. They are now holding the massive weight of their own destructive choices. The most beautiful part is they cannot escape this fate. They can run to the ends of the earth to hide, but their heavy karma will always find them no matter what. There is absolutely nowhere for them to hide from the divine light, because their dirty secrets are being broadcasted to the entire spiritual realm right now. The fake mask has slipped completely off their face. Everyone can finally see the ugly monster hiding underneath. They are desperately trying to find a quick way out. They are looking for a new source of pure energy to drain. But heaven has placed a massive quarantine around their souls. They are spiritually starved and completely isolated from the rest of the world. The deafening silence of the universe is driving them entirely insane, and they miss your pure light, but they can never have access to it again. The door to your sacred energy is permanently locked shut. That was just phase 1 of their massive karmic attack. Phase 2 is happening right now in the unseen realm, and here is exactly how to spot their total and permanent collapse. I am going to reveal the exact physical signs of their incoming destruction, because you are about to witness the most spectacular downfall in spiritual history. But first, you must prepare your spirit for the massive shockwave. Phase 2 is the physical manifestation of their massive spiritual bankruptcy. Everything they built on a foundation of lies is rapidly collapsing. They are losing their best opportunities and their ill-gotten wealth. The energy they stole from your aura is slipping right through their greedy fingers, and they cannot seem to hold on to anything of real value anymore. Their bank accounts are drying up just like their toxic souls. You will start hearing strange rumors about their sudden string of massive misfortunes. Mutual friends will eventually mention how completely miserable they look lately. Their physical appearance is rapidly aging because the dark entities are feeding on their remaining life force. Their skin looks dull and their eyes look completely hollow because the radiant glow they stole from you has permanently faded away into the dark. They look like a walking ghost, desperately searching for a new host. They are trying desperately to fix their crumbling reputation right now. They are spinning wild new lies to frantically cover up their dirty tracks. But nobody is listening to their manipulative stories anymore. The universe has placed a heavy gag order on their deceitful tongue, and every time they try to speak ill of you, they end up exposing their own deep guilt instead. People can finally smell the toxic desperation sweating from their pores. A deep and terrifying paranoia has completely taken over their broken mind. They constantly look over their shoulder, expecting the next terrible disaster to strike. They know they crossed a divine line when they decided to aggressively attack a chosen one. Every single inconvenience feels like a massive curse to them now. They drop their morning coffee and they instantly think it is a direct punishment from God. They are trapped in a permanent state of sheer panic because heaven is making sure they never experience a single moment of genuine peace again. They might even try to reach out to you very soon. They will send a pathetic message pretending that absolutely nothing happened. They want to see if the door to your pure energy is still cracked open. But you are completely immune to their pathetic charm now. You see right through their fake apologies and their manufactured tears because you know they are only crawling back because they are spiritually starving to death. Do not let them back in under any circumstances whatsoever. Heaven has already permanently closed and locked that heavy door for you. Your energy field is heavily guarded by a legion of fierce warrior angels. Any attempt they make to breach your peace will instantly backfire on them. They will touch your energetic shield and get severely burned by the divine fire protecting you, leaving them completely powerless against your new upgraded frequency. You have front row seats to the greatest show in the entire universe. It is completely okay to feel a deep sense of satisfaction right now. You are not a bad person for watching their false empire violently burn to the ground, because you are simply witnessing the flawless mechanics of divine justice in real time. They demanded a terrible war and heaven delivered an absolute massacre. The universe is making a spectacular public example out of them today. Their exposure is not going to be a quiet or private affair. Heaven is putting their wicked deeds on a massive billboard for the whole world to see. The people who blindly supported them are now stepping away in total disgust, and the flying monkeys they sent to attack you are turning directly against them. They are being completely cannibalized by their own toxic inner circle. They are learning what it means to be truly and utterly alone. While they are violently sinking into the dark abyss, you are rapidly ascending. The heavy chains they wrapped around your ankles have completely dissolved. You can finally breathe without that terrible pressure crushing your chest. Your mind is sharp, and your beautiful intuition is operating at its maximum capacity. You are reclaiming every single piece of your shattered soul. And heaven is putting the pieces back together stronger than before. They will have to live with the permanent, agonizing memory of what they foolishly lost. They threw away the purest love they will ever encounter in this entire lifetime. They traded a genuine rare diamond for a handful of cheap, dirty rocks. And that realization is going to fiercely haunt them until their very last breath. They will desperately search for your light in every single person they meet, but they will never find anything even close to your high frequency again. Their complete collapse is not just about bringing them immense pain, it serves a much higher purpose in your epic divine storyline. Their downfall is actually the final key required to unlock your greatest blessing. The energy they hoarded is being forcibly transferred directly back into your sacred bank account, and I am going to explain exactly how their total ruin is triggering your massive elevation next. The universe is orchestrating a massive transfer of wealth and energy right now. Everything they stole from you is being returned with heavy divine interest. They thought they could just take your peace and walk away unpunished. But cosmic laws dictate that stolen energy must always be violently returned to its rightful original owner. The Cosmic Bank is currently forcing a massive withdrawal from their toxic accounts. You are about to inherit the exact blessings they desperately tried to steal. The opportunities they thought they secured for themselves are suddenly falling directly into your open lap. They are watching you succeed from the dark sidelines while their own plans completely disintegrate into thin air. They are forced to witness the massive elevation they actively tried to prevent. The irony of their terrible situation is absolutely delicious. This is exactly why heaven told you to stand incredibly still during the heavy storm. You did not need to defend your own good name against their malicious smear campaigns. The Creator is defending you louder than you ever could have defended yourself. Every single lie they told about you is being magically exposed as a desperate fabrication. The people who originally believed their toxic lies are now apologizing to you in deep shame. Your reputation is being completely restored and elevated to a brand new, pristine level. The thick mud they tried to throw at you only fertilized the beautiful soil beneath your tired feet. You grew a massive, magnificent garden of abundance out of the terrible dirt they aggressively threw at you. And now they are completely starving while you are preparing for the biggest harvest of your entire life. This is the ultimate spiritual checkmate. You have officially crossed the sacred threshold into an entirely new golden timeline. In this specific timeline, the enemy has zero power over your emotions. They are just a rapidly fading memory of a brutal battle you already won a long time ago. You can finally look back at the chaos they caused and feel nothing but profound, unshakable peace. You understand that their dark presence was just a necessary catalyst for your massive awakening. They were the heavy, ugly weights you needed to lift to build your permanent spiritual muscles. You should honestly thank them for showing you exactly how powerful you truly are. If they had not pushed you to the absolute edge, you would have never discovered your own divine wings. They tried to push you off a steep, rocky cliff, but they accidentally taught you how to gracefully fly. Now you are soaring high above their miserable little isolated world. The chaotic war is completely over, and the spiritual battlefield is entirely quiet now. You do not have to sleep with one eye anxiously open anymore. The energetic perimeter around your beautiful life is fully secure and heavily guarded by fierce divine forces. You can finally drop the heavy metal armor you have been wearing for so many painful years, and you can step back into your soft and gentle nature without any fear of being brutally attacked. Your pure light is no longer a bleeding target for wandering dark parasitic entities. It is now a blinding, terrifying beacon of absolute divine authority. The enemy cannot even look directly at your glowing aura without feeling immense physical and spiritual pain. You have been completely insulated by the highest healing frequencies of the entire universe, and heaven has placed a permanent holy seal of protection right across your beautiful, tender heart. This spectacular victory is not just for you alone. It is a massive, historic triumph for your entire spiritual bloodline. You completely broke the toxic repeating cycle that kept your ancestors trapped in endless, heavy trauma. The generational curse has been officially permanently lifted because of your incredibly brave personal sacrifice. You are the chosen one who finally successfully rewired the spiritual destiny of your entire family tree. They will write about this specific spiritual victory in the eternal heavenly records. The universe is incredibly proud of how gracefully you handled this brutal and unfair assignment. You are about to step into a magical season of rewards that will completely blow your tired mind. But you must shift your internal energy to properly receive this massive golden blessing. I am going to show you exactly how to claim your ultimate prize next. You need to take a very deep breath right now. The heavy smoke from the spiritual battlefield is finally clearing. You have survived the absolute worst of the storm. The terrible chapter of defending yourself against toxic energy is permanently closed. It is time to wash the heavy dirt of the battlefield completely off your tired hands. You do not need to hold your protective shield up anymore. Your beautiful energy field is completely clear of their dark, lingering residue. The universe has swept your spiritual house entirely clean, and nature completely abhors a spiritual vacuum. Because all that toxic, heavy energy was violently removed, a massive empty space has been created inside your beautiful aura. The universe is about to fill that empty space with unimaginable golden light. A massive portal of absolute abundance is opening directly above your head right now. But you cannot enter this beautiful new timeline while holding onto your old heavy weapons. You have to actively release the survival mode that kept you safely alive for so long. Your nervous system has been running on high alert for years. It is perfectly safe to finally relax your incredibly tense shoulders. God wants you to know that the season of brutal warfare is officially over. Your new divine assignment is simply to sit still and gracefully receive. You do not have to fight or struggle for this incoming blessing at all. The divine rewards you are about to inherit are completely effortless. They will flow into your life like a beautiful, gentle river that never ever runs dry. Think about all the beautiful dreams you quietly put on hold while you were fighting for your life. Every single one of those pure desires has been kept safe in the heavenly realms. The Creator has been incubating your deepest wishes while you were busy breaking generational curses. And now those beautiful seeds are ready to bloom into magnificent physical realities right before your eyes. You are completely stepping out of the agonizing era of lack and painful restriction. You are walking directly into an era of unprecedented spiritual and physical wealth. Financial miracles are currently being dispatched to your exact physical location. Deep emotional healing is washing over your entire nervous system. You will wake up feeling lighter than you have felt in decades. The people you are about to meet in this new timeline are completely different. Heaven is sending you genuine soul connections that will never ever try to drain you. These new friends will celebrate your bright light instead of trying to violently extinguish it. They will pour pure love into your cup until it completely overflows. You will finally experience what safe and pure love truly feels like. But to fully anchor this beautiful new reality into your physical life, you must shift your frequency today. You must consciously align your current emotions with the vibration of absolute gratitude. You have to act like the massive battle was won 10 years ago. Gratitude is the ultimate magnetic force that pulls divine miracles directly down from the heavens into your physical hands. Do not look back at the burning ruins of their toxic empire anymore. Looking back will only anchor your precious energy to their heavy sinking ship. Keep your beautiful eyes focused strictly on the bright golden horizon ahead of you. You are the ultimate chosen one, and your future is absolutely blinding. The universe is incredibly proud of the resilient warrior you have gracefully become. Your spirit guides are completely surrounding you right now with a warm blanket of protective love. They are gently whispering that everything is going to be incredibly okay. You are deeply loved and fiercely protected by the highest realms of light. Now it is time to formally accept this massive divine upgrade. The universe is completely waiting for your final confirmation of readiness today. For so long you were tragically forced to play the role of the silent victim. You were the stepping stone for people who never even appreciated your incredible worth. But heaven has officially upgraded your divine status today. You are now stepping into your beautiful era as the untouchable chosen one. You are completely ready to inherit the massive abundance meant for your entire bloodline. The shift is happening right now inside your physical body. You can actually feel the heavy resistance completely melting away from your tight muscles. Your mind is quiet and your heart is wide open. You have successfully passed the ultimate spiritual test of your entire lifetime. The universe is incredibly proud of your pure and resilient soul. This beautiful victory belongs entirely to you. Nobody can ever take this massive spiritual triumph away from your glowing hands. You fought demons in the dark, so you could confidently walk in the absolute light. Your energy field is completely sanitized and fully insulated against any future malicious attacks. The dark entities are permanently locked out of your peaceful, sacred space. But you must put a final conscious seal on this beautiful new timeline. You need to physically show the universe that you are ready to permanently close the old painful door. An open door still lets in a cold and bitter draft. You have to shut it completely so the warm, golden light can fully incubate your incoming miracles. Your physical actions must match your new vibration. The universe is waiting for your explicit permission to deliver your massive rewards. You need to align your physical actions with your new elevated spiritual frequency. Type the word Amen in the comments below to instantly claim this divine protection. Let that powerful word be the heavy iron lock on the door to your past. Do not let this beautiful frequency pass you by today. Writing that word is not just a simple physical action, it is a profound, energetic signature that echoes through the entire spiritual realm. It tells your spirit guides that you have fully accepted your new divine status. It sends a blinding flash of light that permanently blinds any toxic entity trying to look in your direction. Your boundary is officially set in solid stone. Now you must keep your spiritual armor permanently activated. You need to stay anchored in this exact high frequency every single day. Follow this page right now to seal your spiritual protection and lock out the enemy completely. Joining this specific community connects you to a massive grid of deeply awakened and incredibly powerful chosen ones. We protect each other in the unseen realm. You are never going to fight these heavy battles completely alone again. You are finally home among souls who truly understand your beautiful, complex heart. We know exactly what it feels like to be drained by the dark, and we know exactly how to rebuild our light into a massive, raging fire. Your true spiritual family has been waiting for you to finally arrive and claim your sacred seat. Your ancestors are cheering for you from the highest dimensions of light. They watched you successfully break the heavy chains they could never manage to break themselves. Because of your incredible bravery, your future children will never have to fight these toxic, energetic wars. You completely cleansed the bloodline and established a permanent legacy of pure divine light. This is your ultimate achievement. The universe is actively rearranging physical events to bless you right now. Unexpected financial miracles are currently making their way directly into your bank account. Opportunities that were completely blocked by your enemies are suddenly blowing your front door wide open. You do not have to chase anything ever again. You only need to exist, and the universe will bring the blessings to your feet. Do not let a single doubt cross your beautiful mind tonight. You did not imagine the abuse, and you certainly did not imagine your spectacular divine rescue. God completely interrupted your algorithm today for a very specific and intentional reason. You were destined to hear this exact message at this exact precise moment in time. Your absolute vindication is permanently secured. Sleep peacefully tonight, knowing that heaven is standing guard outside your front door. The enemies who tried to break you are currently drowning in the massive waves of their own destructive karma. Meanwhile, you are gracefully floating on a calm sea of absolute infinite abundance. Step completely into your power. You are the untouchable chosen one.